Do you want to learn how to create a simple budget and, more importantly, how to stick to it? Well, I feel like just creating a budget, just getting started, is probably going to be half the battle. It feels like it, anyways. So, just establishing something that works for you. I think a lot of the millennials out there have sparked this new thing out there of all these different ways to budget, whether it's an app for your phone or a printable you can pin on Pinterest, or the good old fashioned envelope system. I mean, there's so many ways to budget, okay? And it's going to come down to you picking one that makes sense for you and your habits and just something that you can keep up with, right? So, just picking something, I feel like that's going to be half the battle. Picking a system that works, okay? And then next, it needs to be so simple that it only is going to take you a few minutes to update or maintain every time you give it a little bit of attention. Okay? If it takes too much time or if there's too many steps, it doesn't matter. If there's too much involved, you're not going to do it at all. Believe me, I'm the same way, right? If it's too involved, I mean, think of all the things that we do in life, or rather don't do, not because it's hard, but because there's so many steps to do one little thing. It's kind of like cooking, you know. There are some meals that are so involved, so many details, so many steps, you know. Cook this first, put it in the fridge for an hour, pull it back out, cook it again. Like, no, like I'm done. I don't want to spend all the time in the kitchen, you know. And so budgeting is a lot of the same way. We all start to find our groove of what we're willing to do with the time that we're willing to give it. And so just like cooking, dinner, breakfast, lunch, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? If it becomes too involved, the chances of us actually making that meal go down pretty far, right? Because we just don't have time for it. We like it, we want to do it, you know, we want to eat it, but it's too time consuming. So we just stop. We don't even try anymore because it just takes too much time. And so if you approach your budget that same way, right, is it simple? Okay, is it going to take a lot of time? Yes or no? Okay, if it's yes, then let's find another solution. Okay, but really, if it's easy, we'll be able to stick to it. Okay, so first find a solution that works, a system that works, and then make sure that it is so easy that every week you come back to it, it's only a few minutes to maintain your budget. Okay, so what are some steps you can do to create this budget? Okay. Step one, write down your net income after taxes. Okay, your net income is what will determine what the budget can handle. Like, you can't spend any more than you make. You could, but that's a problem. But your net income after taxes will set the limit for the budget. The budget can only handle what you make. Step two, track your spending. Okay, this goes back to what I've been talking about. Track your spending in a way that makes sense and is so simple it's not going to take a lot of time. Step three, set your goals. Okay, pretty simple. What are your goals? Is it getting out of debt? Is it saving for retirement? Is it saving for a dream vacation? What is the goal? Okay, and how long is it going to take you to reach that goal? Step four, make a plan. Okay, this is super important. Okay, we can all say, I want to get out of debt. I want to buy a new car. I want to do this. I want to do that. But if you don't have like a plan in place, you'll kind of just wander around aimlessly, right? More in the sense when it comes to money, savings, and things like that. You'll probably say, I want to buy new cars and I'm going to save $50 a month for it. Cool. It's going to be a long time before you get that new car. It's just saving $50, right? So the plan needs to include how long or how soon do you want to have that accomplished? Okay, how much time do you need? How much time are you willing to take? All right? Okay, so make a plan. And based on that plan, you'll probably get a number that says, well, if you want to achieve this in 2 years, you need to save or put this much towards your loans. Okay? Great plan. Step 5, adjust your habits as necessary. Yeah, this one's going to be tough. It's probably going to take a little more time, a little more thought, a little more consideration to do, but I think it's important. Okay, what kind of habits are we talking about? Well, we probably can't get Starbucks every day on our way to work. Okay, we probably can't eat out every day for lunch with our coworkers, right? Those are habits that would need to be adjusted and could save you some money. But if that's a priority, great, keep living it, but cut back somewhere else. Okay? Adjust where needed. Last one, step 6, check in. Keep checking in. To have a successful budget, to make sure that you're always within budget, you need to check in. You need to make sure that it's up to date with all of your current spending. Okay? If you're not doing this, if you're not tracking spending, then you create a budget for fun. Right? It's not going to be successful because it's only as good as you maintain it. Yeah, you could say I'm only going to spend $100 at the grocery store, but if you never update your budget to say, well, I spent $30 here, I spent $5 on that trip, I spent $25 here. I mean, whatever that is, however it breaks down, but your budget has to know that. It's not going to figure it out on its own. Okay? So maintain your budget all the time. Okay. However, with that, I want to make a distinction between maintaining a budget and updating a budget. Okay. I would say updating a budget is more on something changed. Like there's a lifestyle change, such as you got a new job and you have to drive further to work. So you probably got a pay raise, possibly. I don't know. Yeah, just things change, okay? Food's more expensive, or you move to a new city, okay? Things like that constitute an update to the budget to reflect reality, right? If you move to a more expensive place, well, you can't expect to live within a budget that's based on a cheaper cost of living, right? So update your budget. I like to update my budget once a year, if things aren't changing, but if things change, well, then we need to update the budget, okay? So that's a distinction. Maintaining the budget is everything's in place. Nothing's changing. Nothing has dramatic effect, okay? It's just me saying, went to the grocery store. This transaction is categorized as a grocery trip, okay? Things like that. Put gas in my car, okay. Categorize that correctly so my budget is reflecting correctly, okay? I maintain once a week. I'm always checking in, making sure I'm not going to run the risk of spending more than I've made. Okay? So hopefully this helps learning how to create a budget, a simple budget, and sticking to it.